everybody, it is April and I am in my craft room, and today I am struggling with my quilt mojo. Have you ever struggled with some quilt coming together? I've struggled with several quilts coming together. I have a stack. This is my quilt mojo-less stack. So, these are what I'm not working on. Then it dawned on me, Easter is, like very soon. And I had purchased these adorable panels. It's been several years back now. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna take a panel and I'm going to come up with some brilliant way to border it so that I can share it with you all. Insert light bulb. How cute is this panel? Dogs with bunny ears. Doesn't get any cuter than that. And yet, I struggled and struggled and struggled. So I just started sewing things together, pieces of fabric. So I thought I can use my strip tube ruler. I've had this for years. Never, look, it's still got the plastic on it. I still have plastic on it. Obviously, I had no success with that. And then I had a little revelation. No, I didn't. I'm lying to you. I didn't have a revelation. I thought, you know what, I'm going to bed because I'm spent. I'm spent. And I read an email from Mary. And Mary sent me a picture of her latest wall hanging. It's a quilt, but a wall hanging quilt. In the center of this wall hanging was an Easter panel. An adorable little Easter panel. It wasn't as big as this, but Easter nonetheless. And she had bordered it with a pretty little yellow border, and then put plaid binding around it. And I thought, why am I trying to make this so hard? This is the conclusion I came to. When you are quilt blocked, you go back to what you know, use it, build up your confidence, and break down the wall of quilt blockage.
Amen.
Can I hear an amen?
Amen.
Can I get an amen? I feel like I'm preaching. So, thank you, Mary. So I came back to my room and I decided that I was going to continue this line of stripping. It's really not as bad as it sounds. Because I did neglect to tell you, I need for these quilts to be different. The same, because I'm using the same panel and I am making two. I think I kind of just, totally forgot to even share that. I have two granddaughters, so I'm making two quilts, and I want this panel to be the same, but other than that, I want them to be different so that there are no arguments. One of these panels, which is this one, I am going back to basics. I did go to my stash for my tried and true border. So I've got my little puppy panel, and don't even judge me yet, you haven't seen it. This is going to go around the edge of the panel because this is going to form a bigger border around the panel. So that's my plan for the tried and true, the Mary inspired. What I'm going to do with my other panel is I'm going to sew all kinds of strips like this, all those fabrics that I bought to go along with this panel, and even some that I didn't. I actually plan on using some of the yardage that I'm going to be using on the second panel, and then I'm going to cut out, I don't know how long I'm going to make or how wide I'm going to make my strip set that it's going to be like that. It's almost like a piano key, but I think I'm gonna make it, it's not gonna be quite that short. I'm gonna have some long piano keys, but I'll show you that when I am done. So, let's break through this quilt blockage wall and make some quilts for my granddaughters. So the plan is to sew all of these strips together and see what I come up with. So I finished sewing all my strips together, and this is what I have. I'm showing it to you this way when really the orientation that you will see it on the quilt will be like this. So I am going to cut off one end, make it straight, and then figure out how long I want to cut these strips to add to my quilt. I started out with them all the same width, and I thought, no, I'm gonna mix it up. So I cut different widths, and then I just pulled in any fabric that I thought in any way went with that panel. We'll see what the outcome is. I'm going to take my strips, and these are strips, so you have to be really careful about pulling and tugging and all that stuff. I did run an iron over them. I want them to be as straight as possible with as little wonkiness as possible. So I'm going to use the lines on my ruler to line up the strips and cut them apart. Let's measure it, and it is 30 inches. So I know that the width of my panel is 40 something. I should be able to at least use a strip and a half for one side and the same for the other. So if I take this and measure it and divide that by something, okay, so let's just say this is 40. Math with quilt blockage is hard. So, oh man, I don't want to have to do this in my head. 3, 40. 40 goes into 3. 3 goes into 40 one time, there's 10 left. So let's just say 12 inches. 24 and 36, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, wow, that makes it 60 inches. What about 10? That's 56. Okay, 10 inches it is. So I've got my 10 inches. I'm gonna butt my ruler up to my other ruler. Let's cut 10 inches. So here is my 10-inch strip. Now I know that this isn't enough to cover the bottom of the panel, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut out another one, and then we will sew those together, add it, and see what we think. Okay, so here is what it looks like. I don't know if I like it yet or not, but I am committed to this pattern, and I'm going to cut 2 more rows, sew the bottom, and then we'll take it from there. Oliver, are you here to help? What would I do without you? No eye boogers on YouTube. No, can't have eye boogers on YouTube. Surprisingly enough, I am not thoroughly appalled. I actually think I kind of like it. Now it is time to do the tried and true. I am done with both quilts, and I'm pleased with both of them. I'm not sure which one my oldest granddaughter will pick, because well, you know, the 8-month-old can't talk yet, so I'm going to finish them and let my oldest granddaughter pick which one she likes, and then my younger granddaughter will get the other one. They're the same, but different. You can decide which one you like best. For the backing, I took that 4 yards of fabric that I had with the coordinating pattern. I cut it into 2 different pieces, and it is just shy of being wide enough to cover the back. So I will take probably this for the border on the back of this quilt, and if I have enough, I'll use this for the border on each side for the backing of the other quilt. And again, the same, but different. But that is for another video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Eat some chocolate and be kind to everyone. Until next time, bye. And then I pulled in some more fabric, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to use my strip tube tooler. You know, if I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. I don't want them. I want them. I don't want to want them. Blah, blah. I'm just going to flip. I don't even have to flip. You see my shirt? I got a sublimation printer. I've been playing around with it, and I sublimated this. Do you notice anything wrong with this? Do you notice it kind of leans this way? Like it's not quite in the center or straight up here. And at the bottom, you know, it's okay. But I don't care. I'm gonna wear it anyway. You here to help, dude? What have you been doing?